What's up, YouTube? Tim Moose here. Since this week is, of course, gonna be September, lots of very interesting movies to look forward to in the month of September. So I'm gonna do my top 10 anticipated movies that I'm actually looking forward to check out in September. Now I am at not a lot, not a lot of race on it, but I mean, obviously because of the strike, lots of movies that were supposed to get released this September got delayed, like that Drive Away Dogs. That was actually my number one anticipated film of September because that trailer looked really good. But that got delayed to February. There's been some other ones. Like I was gonna add that new Jake Johnson film, Self Reliance, but it was just reported that's getting delayed too. So could be a good chance majority of these movies could get delayed because of the strike. But as of right now, they are still scheduled. They are, still having trailers, and also here are my official top 10 anticipated movies I'm looking forward to in September. Now, number 10, I'm not really all that interested or too excited for it, but like I said, there was not too many to really add in September, so I just put this as a cop out. And number 10, this might actually end up being terrible because I thought the first one was not so great. Number 10, I'm going to add The Nun 2. Now, I admit the trailer had looked pretty decent, but as I said, the first one, to be honest, the first Nun is actually, I'm just going to say, it's literally the worst out of the Conjuring films. I know lots of people probably say the first Annabelle is, maybe, I don't know, Curse of La Llorona, but to me, that first Nun movie, I was so disappointed with. I was actually really interested in it. I thought the Valak Nun from the Conjuring 2 was really creepy. I was like, could this work as a spin-off? But no, to be honest, I still kind of wish they would have done like the Crooked Man instead. But I mean, maybe the Nun 2 could be a surprise. I mean, the first Annabelle, either I didn't hate as most people, it wasn't all that great. But then Annabelle Creation came out, and that is probably the best out of it. That really was a step up from the first Annabelle. So maybe the same will be said with this. I don't know, but we'll see. And you also got Thais Farmiga, who I really like, Storm Reed, who's become pretty hot right now. So maybe it'll be a surprise, but we'll see. I mean, this is directed by Micah Chavez, who was a hit and miss with Curse of La Llorona, but he did do the last Conjuring movie, which is maybe the weakest out of the Conjuring films. But anyway, we'll see. Number 9, I'm going to add Flora and Son. Now, one major reason why I'm interested in this is that it's directed by John Carney, who's directed some really terrific music movies before, like one's the Haley Seinfeld, Keira Knightley, Mark Ruffalo movie. What was it called? Yeah, Begin Again, which was really good. And he probably his best movie in this list he directed was Sing Street. If you guys never seen Sing Street, do yourself a favor, go watch it. It is a really terrific music film. But this new one, which actually premiered at Sundance with some rave reviews, is coming from Apple, and here's what it's about. It is about a single mother played by Eve Hawson, who's of course the daughter of Bono, who's in Dublin, Ireland, is having trouble with her petty thief teen son Max, and is encouraged by the guard to find Max a hobby. She rescues an old guitar from a skip, and with the help of an LA-based online guitar teacher played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, discovers that one person's rubbish can be another person's salvation. And I know the trailer, which got released not so long ago, looks pretty good. I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I'm really glad to see him back. Eve Hawson, I think, is a really good actress. So I'm going to check this one out when it premieres. It looks cute, charming, so hopefully it could be good. All right. Coming in at number 8, I'm going to go with My Big Fat Greek Wedding Day. Now, this maybe isn't going to be all that great, but I actually quite like, obviously, the first My Big Fat Greek Wedding, probably one of the most highest grossing indie movies of all time. The second one was just as great as the first film. I actually enjoyed the second one. I thought it was as good. Seeing Neil Vidal's turn was really good. But of course, this time around we do got the Dirt Stomach, We'll follow the Parkalos family on a trip to Greece for a family reunion after the death of Gus, who is of course played by the father, played by the late Michael Constantine. And the trailer for this have looked really fun. I thought it looked really charming. Nia Vidal's, I believe she's actually the director this time around, so that's really cool. So, and you, of course, got John Corbett coming in, so hopefully it could be interesting to see. All right, coming in at number 7, I'm gonna go with The Equalizer. While I was, while the second one was okay, it had its moments. I admit that was a bit step down from the first Equalizer, but I'm at least intrigued to check out this new Equalizer film. Come on, you got Denzel Washington coming back, who's always great. You got who else is in this? Oh yeah, you got Dakota Fanning, pretty much a Man on Fire reunion, so that's always a good one. So yeah, this looks like to be really interesting to check out. So hopefully it could be good. All right. Coming in at number 6, I'm gonna go with The Expendables 3. Now, the last film, which I don't think is terrible, but I would admit it was a step down from the other two Expendables films. To me, the best out of the franchise is probably Expendables 2. I think that's the best one. So I'm actually interested in seeing where they're going to take the part 4. It does look really dumb. You got, of course, got Megan Fox. Why is she in this? Is beyond me. I don't mind Megan Fox at all, but I don't know. I feel like Megan Fox is outplaced in this one. But we'll see. You, of course, got 50 Cent. Um, of course, you got the returning cast members like Stallone, Statham, um, Dolph Lundgren is returning. So it's really cool to see some of the original cast members come back. It's a shame some the likes of Arnold's not returning, Terry Crews. That's a little disappointing. But I'm still interested to see where they're gonna take this new one too. I really quite like the first three, so hopefully part 4 will be as good. All right. Number 5, I'm gonna go for a horror film that looks really intriguing, and it's called It Lives Inside. It stars Megan Seri, who was just in that movie Missing. Speaking of Stormy, by the way. And of course, she was on that Netflix series Never Have I Ever, which is terrific. You guys haven't seen that. And here you got Sam, who is this American high school student of Indian origin who pretty much rejects her Indian heritage to be like everyone else, and when a demonic spirit known as the I cannot pronounce it, the Sishak lashes onto her former best friend, she has to come to terms with her heritage to defeat it. The trail for this half looked really creepy. Megan, I think, looks great in this. I mean, you don't really see too much horror movies with an Indian lead, so I think that's really cool to see. Looks really intriguing, looks creepy, so I'm interested to check this one out on premieres. All right. Number 4, we got another horror film coming, and that is, of course, A Haunting of Venice. Obviously, it is the spooky mama season, so obviously there's going to be a lot of horror talk here. But of course, we got Haunting of Venice. This time, Hercule Poirot, who is now retired, must solve a murder of a guest at the Cinemas he attended. You, of course, have a great cast, actually Jamie Dornan, Tina Fey, Jude Hill from Belfast fame, Michelle Yeoh's in this. It's really interesting that they're now taking what was just a straight up mystery film into the horror genre, which I think is interesting. Of course, I really quite like both Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile, so I cannot wait to see Kenneth Branagh coming back in this. So yeah, I cannot wait to check this one out first. I've enjoyed the trailers. It looks as creepy, like it looks really creepy here. So I mean, seeing Kenneth Branagh pretty much have his way back into the horror genre, because I don't think he's done a horror film since probably Frankenstein back in the 80s. So that's cool, but hopefully it could be decent. All right. Number 3, I'm going to go with The Creator. This is, of course, directed by Gareth Edwards, who, of course, is best known for directing Godzilla, Rogue One. He did that movie Monster a couple years ago. And this does start, another Washington, by the way, John David Washington, who takes place in the near future, impacted by a war between the human race and the forces of AI. Not a great time to talk about AI now because of the whole strike stuff, but anyway. The film's plot follows an ex-Special Forces agent who is recruited to hunt down and kill the creator, who has developed a mysterious weapon with the power to end the war by destroying mankind itself. And the trailer for this have looked really good. I like the visuals aspects. John David Washington looks great in this. You of course have Ken Watanabe is also in this. Alice Janney. So got some interesting cast members. So hopefully this one could be good. I don't think it's going to do. I mean, it might actually be a good film. I just don't think it's going to do so great at the box office. But we'll see. All right, coming in at number 2, I'm of course going with Saw X. I mean, I was actually interested in another Saw movie when they announced it, but after seeing that trailer, I'm more excited for this. I mean, of course, you got Tobin Bell come back as John Kramer. Of course, you got the character Amanda returning. I mean, this, of course, takes place during the events of Saw 1 and Part 2, where John Kramer travels to Mexico for a risky experimental medical procedure. And of course, he has to find out that the operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. And of course, he returns to work, turning the tables on the con artists and all. I mean, some of the traps look great. Seeing Tobin Bell come back in this is intriguing. I mean, we're probably going to get more Saw in the future, but I cannot wait to see where they're going to take this new Saw from too. This is, of course, supposed to be Saw 10. So, as interesting, I mean, they've been doing this franchise all the way back since 2004, and I've been enjoying it ever since. Like, yes, the Saw movies have gotten cheesy and all, but I've always had a fun time with them. I've always found the kills to be very awesome to watch. I always thought Tobin Bell was great. And I actually even like Spiral. I don't care what anyone says. You know, the one with Chris Rock, Sam Jackson. That movie's much better than most people give it credit for. I mean, yes, it doesn't have John Kramer or anything, but like, do these movies always need John Kramer? I mean, I love John Kramer, but like Tobin Bell's great, but do these movies always just need John Kramer? I mean, you could definitely do more stuff with the Saw franchise without John Kramer, but of course, you do got Billy the Puppet. Who does not love Billy the Puppet? So I cannot wait to see where they take this one to. And my number 1 anticipated movie coming out in September is Dumb Money. Now, granted, this is actually going to get more of a wide release in October, but it's still coming out in September, so I'm going to add it on my list. Because October might be a little too packed, so. Yeah. But anyway. Dumb Money is, of course, directed by Craig Gillespie, who directed I, Tonya. He also did Cruella, and this is, of course, based on a true story of the ragtag investors of a Reddit page called hashtag or art/Wall Street Bets, who band together to put the squeeze on the on at least 2 hedge funds. That, and of course, this was the GameStop stock where they end up squeezing us, taking stock out. GameStop and all that. And you, of course, got a great cast. That includes Paul Dano, Pete Davidson, Seth Rogen's in this, Nick Offerman. I cannot wait to check this one out. The trailers have looked great. You got America Ferrera, who, by the way, great year for her. She's, of course, in both this. She's in, obviously, she was just in Barbie. She's going to get an Oscar nomination for either this or Barbie. Mark my words. I mean, granted, I haven't seen Dumb Money yet, but obviously I think she should get one for Barbie. But hey, who knows? I think she looks great in this. You got Anthony Ramos is in this. You got some great cast members. It looks really funny. It looks entertaining. Now, I always love these type of true story aspects, so I'm gonna check this one out because it does look really awesome. But that's pretty much it there. Let me leave to you guys. Oh, let me do a quick rundown. Here's my quick rundown. So, number 10, The Nun 2. 9, Florence Son. 8, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. 7, The Equalizer 3. 6, The Expendables 4. 5, It Lives Inside. 4, A Haunting of Venice. 3, The Creator. And number 2, Saw X. And number 1 is Dumb Money. Now, obviously, there's other ones I probably could have added too. Other ones I probably could have added, sitting at bars with cakes with Yash. It looks pretty decent. Paw Patrol is also coming out. I probably could have added that one because I did not mind that trailer that got released. And I thought the first Paw Patrol, which let's be real, I'm not a Paw Patrol guy at all. But I actually thought that the first Paw Patrol movie was a lot better than Heading Intentions being. And of course, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a double feature: Saw X and Paw Patrol, which I'm calling uh, Saw Patrol. Let me just tell you, is a new Barbenheimer. There, I said it. That is the next Barbenheimer. But I'm actually interested in it. Hopefully it could be good, but we'll see. Other stuff coming out this month. Let's see. Uh, Now there was, of course, there's also the Good Mother. That could be interesting. Um, the that new film, The Kill Room, I think it's called, with Sam Jackson. That could be good, but the trailer did not do much for me. Let's see. Of course, we got Spy Kids Armageddon. I was gonna add that on my list, but to be honest, I don't know if it's gonna be as great. I mean, Rob Rodriguez's last movie, Hyptonic, was a bit of a letdown, so who knows how good that's gonna be. Of course, we got that new Anne Hathaway movie coming out. She Came to Me, which looks interesting. Uh, I mean, there's some other really good ones coming out. I mean, majority of these movies could easily be terrible, but time will tell. But let me leave you guys. What are some of your most anticipated movies coming out in the month of September? Are you interested in Equalizer 3? Are you interested in, I don't know, Saw X, Paw Patrol My Movie? Are you interested in The Nun 2? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simi signing out.